Hello and welcome to the Just Interesting Podcast, episode 169. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I may have lost track. But it's coming towards the end of 2025, and we thought we'd reflect a little bit on stories that we may have missed, because this year, the UN declared the International Year of Quantum Science and Technology, according to the United Nations. So there you go. Joining me, Robin, Martin, and Alex. And before we get stuck into our discussion about scientific stories that you may have missed, and then responding to your comments at the end of the episode, we'll discuss things that we learned. All right, chaps? But before I do that, I'd like to know how you are. How are you doing, Martin?
I'm very well. I'm just trying to not get ill before Christmas. You know how it is this time of year. Everyone's dropping like flies. I'm trying to avoid that. So fingers firmly crossed. I've jinxed myself now. But otherwise, pretty good. Pretty good. I've been around and about a few different places since we last spoke. But yeah, very, very, very well. Overall, very well. I'm trying to think of key touch points. Overall pretty good. I went to Venice, which was nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
Never been before. It's one of those places that if it were burnt down 300 years ago, everyone would be like, oh my goodness, that mythical city that was built on water. You know, it's just a crazy place that is just too amazing to be believed unless you go. Really?
Well, when I visited Venice, Martin, it was flooding because it rained a little bit, and so all the canals were like flooded, and like half the city couldn't even access. So I was
you absolute shitstorms. What you said.
Do you know what? Fair enough. The city is condemned. There you go. Useless, hopeless.
Yeah.
Can't even deal with a bit of water.
Isn't Venice? It is sinking, isn't it? I thought, isn't that something you hear all the time? But
it's all sinking. The whole world's sinking. Don't worry about that.
It's actually a bit of a tragedy. Yeah, it is sinking. That is the sad thing about it.
All because James Bond shot out the floaters in that building. The whole city's coming down. Like bringing out a load-bearing wall in a building. That's a reference to Casino Royale for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I actually understood that James Bond reference because I haven't seen any of the older ones, but I've seen Casino Royale and the newer Daniel Craig ones. So
you know what it was? Yeah. I did go to a black tie event and it felt very Bond. Very Bond.
Nice.
It was good fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was there a man sitting in a high-backed chair with a white pussy in his lap, overseeing the whole thing?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, in fact, yes. There was, yeah.
And people just kept disappearing into the floor with weird screams and smoke. Like, what's going on?
A man playing poker terribly because every time he has a losing hand, he bleeds from his eye.
Bleeding again. For God's sake. Yeah.
Like, how is he any good at poker? He's terrible. He has the worst tell ever.
It was visceral tell, yeah. Yeah. So that was that. What about you guys? What about Alex?
Yeah. How you doing, Alex?
I'm good. Yeah, all good. Again, deep into the Christmas mince pies at this point. We're deep into December now. I'm very excited.
Which ones have been the best so far? I've tried a couple of different ones.
I mean, I'm gluten-free, so I've got a different rating system than you. I can't engage with that conversation.
No.
I like, for what it's worth, for anyone else who's gluten-free out there, I like the iced mince pies though. I don't know. I can get I prefer they've got like icing on top instead of the main kind of pastry.
That's news to me.
Well, they did for gluten-free, Robin, really to mask the fact that the rest of it's disgusting.
But no. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, maybe. But Sainsbury's is winning my mince pies.
Okay. Sainsbury's. Okay, unexpected.
Yeah, for gluten-free anyway.
Everyone okay?
Sorry, did you hear that crash in the background?
Yeah.
Apologies. Don't worry, everyone. Everything's fine at home. This is I
couldn't tell if that was Robin or Martin. Then I was like,
that was me. That was me. And I don't even have a pet as an excuse, like Martin does. So no, who knows what caused that? Who knows what that crashing was? It'll be fine. I'm looking right now across at the kitchen. There's no smoke emerging, so I think it's okay.
Okay, but, thank you. Other than that, Robin, how are you?
I'm all right. It's just funny to talk about mince pies. It's a weird Christmas for me because it feels I'm kind of really in the Christmas spirit of. For the first time in a very long time, I'm really looking forward to Christmas, but I don't feel very Christmassy. That may be because we haven't put up the usual Christmas decorations. Those of you watching us on YouTube will see behind me a beautiful paper chain. made by my better half to decorate. But apart from that, it's pretty sparse because where we live, our little flat is just far too crowded with baby stuff to actually safely put up any decorations. I did, however, just this weekend put on the first 36 minutes of Muppets Christmas Carol, because
that's a very specific.
Yeah. What happens in 36 minutes?
For?
What do you hate?
What happens after 36 minutes? Well, I'm trying to guess what that was.
That was just an arbitrary moment of having to stop because it was bedtime for the child.
That was when
he was losing interest. But
the Ghost of Christmas Past turns up and it freaks you out.
It was actually that bit, but no, that's coincidence. That it was the Ghost of Christmas Past, but it was nice to watch. Been a while, but I love that film so much. As we know from a guest on this podcast has recommended it as the best filmic adaptation of Dickens's Christmas Carol. So it was the best. It was the first time introducing the little boy, my little one, to the Muppets Christmas Carol. Sweet. He loved it. He was so into it.
Yeah, he liked Marley and Marley, didn't he? And you have to say it's not canon.
There's not two of them in the book. There's only one. I wonder. It'd be interesting to know if he grasps the concept of death and spirits and ghosts early. Now that I'm introducing him to that kind of thing. Next on the list, I guess, is Alien. Maybe we'll do Predator. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah,
nice
things we learned this week, gentlemen. Things we learned this week. I'll keep going if you don't mind, because my fact is very nerdy. This weekend as well, got an early Christmas present, which was to go to the BFI South Bank in London and watch a newly restored 3 films, each about half an hour, from the 1920s, adaptations of Sherlock Holmes. And they're fairly faithful adaptations of the Sherlock Holmes stories.
Oh, that's like an event designed for you, Robin.
It is.
No one else was there, was it? And it was just, this is Robin.
Actually, it was quite a packed house, because they do this monthly thing at the BFI where they screen silent films that they've restored. But this is by far the biggest project they've ever done, because there's 45 of these short films, plus 2 feature films based on The Hound of the Baskervilles and The Sign of 4, which are 2 of the novels. And they were in terrible condition, but they've restored them all and got new music composed to them, because obviously they're silent films. And beautiful job, absolutely beautiful job. It was really, really good. But my fact is that the lead actor was, his stage name was Eileen Norwood, which is kind of funny because Norwood is the place in London. He lived there, so he just picked it as his surname, his stage name. And Norwood is also the name of the Norwood Builder, one of the short stories which they adapted into Sherlock Holmes for this series of films. And this series of films, 45 films and 2 long ones, 45 short films, I should say, and 2 long ones, makes him the most prolific actor to play Sherlock Holmes. He's done more than anyone else on screen. His real name is Anthony Brett. The second most prolific actor to play Sherlock Holmes is from the 1980s and early 1990s, Jeremy Brett.
Oh, wow.
Any relation?
Okay.
Jeremy Brett is a stage name.
Oh.
Yeah. And coincidentally,
it's so confusing.
I know. His real name was Peter Huggins. So it would have been perfectly full circle if his real name had been Norwood. So my thought was, is he related to Jeremy Brett? But it turns out Jeremy Brett itself is a stage name, but not. Influence. He didn't pick it because of Eileen Norwood, this actor whose real name was Brett. He picked it just randomly because he happened to be like in a shop called Brett and Co. or something.
Oh, what? That's mad.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's also weird, isn't it? It's a bit like the Alan Partridge episode where he's like, you chose the stage name Dave Clifton. Well, it's such a standard name.
In a similar vein, Michael Caine, who's in Muppets Christmas Carol, playing Ebenezer Scrooge, everyone knows famously that's his stage name. His real name is Maurice Micklewhite, and there's a shot in the film at the climax when they're walking through London. He's got the big crowd of people following him, and he's singing that great song. There's a shop in the background called Micklewhite's because it's a reference to his name. But because his surname was Micklewhite, when they said you need a stage name, or he decided to have a stage name, he said, I'll call myself Michael White. Yeah, it's just my surname, split into 2. And then his agent said, you need to enroll in Equity, the union for actors, but there's already a Michael White registered, and you can't have the same name as another actor in the union. So they said, you need a new name. And he's like, okay, well, I'll change my surname from White to, and he looked around and he says there was through the trees, he could see a poster for the film, The Kane Mutiny, starring Humphrey Bogart on the wall. And the and mutiny were obscured by the branches, and it said Kane. So he said, I'll call myself Michael Caine. And they said, how do you spell Caine? And in the film, on the poster, it's Caine, which is an unusual spelling of the word Caine.
I was going to say.
So he's like, it's spelled Caine. So that's Michael Caine's story for how he got his name, which I've often wondered.
I'm a bit skeptical of those things because I feel like actors really that's your name that you're going to go by for the rest of your life. You must put more thought into it than that. Surely.
You'd hope so.
Like it can't just be because of a shop that you went by. You've thought about this, haven't you? You must have thought about it. I could be wrong, and I'm not here on the podcast calling Michael Caine a liar. Or Maurice Micklewhite. He'll get me.
Just Micklewhite.
That's an interesting story, though.
I mean, yeah. It's slightly Dickensian, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is very Dickensian. Yeah. Should have kept it.
Yeah.
So what did you learn this week, Martin?
I had a little Christmassy fact.
Oh, yeah.
And it is related to women. It's related to women. And
oh, dear. Podcast is over. Bye, everyone. See you on the other side.
In particular, Japanese unmarried
women.
My
gosh, no, this is getting worse. Where's this going to go? Context, everyone, before we started recording.
No, Robin, you can't do the context. No, you've got to say the context now because I'm excited to see how you're going to make this sound okay.
Go for it.
No, I'm just saying Martin introduced me to a meme that I haven't encountered before, and it's of a theme with what Martin has described so far.
So I Want to Be Ninja. It's a classic, incredibly highly offensive song by someone trying to sell beds.
Yeah, I just don't know why Martin did you introduced us to that song, and now you're leading your fact. What's going on?
So this fact.
What's going on, Martin?
I Want to Be Ninja will park. Okay. That's just there. If anyone wants to look it up, they can look it up in their own time. I'll not be held responsible for your feelings.
Oh my gosh.
But this is.
I just want to add to the context that this was 5 minutes before we hit record. Martin just whacks out his phone and shows this video to us, and it's like, okay, great, hit record.
It's also like 5 minutes long. Anyway, without context, that will mean nothing. But you're welcome to go and have a look at I Want to Be Ninja. Anyway, so Japanese unmarried women. This is the fact says that they were called this, but they might still be called this. They are called Christmas cakes.
Oh,
can you guess why they're called Christmas cakes?
As in like Christmas pudding?
Yeah, like a Christmas cake. Yeah.
Do they resemble Christmas pudding in any way? I can't think of that being a thing.
Well, the idea is that after the 25th, they're no good.
Oh. That's
how brutal is that? So when they reach 25, Alex, they're then
right, good. Okay, right.
The comments underneath in France they have something similar, where on the holy day of the 25th of November, where they celebrate Saint Catherine, 25th again, non-married women are called the Catherinettes, and people would pray that they'd find a husband. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, how bad's that? It's not as bad as Ninja, but it's pretty bad.
That's not great. Yeah,
you gotta love sexism. Woo.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it? But anyway, Christmas, little festive one for you. Everyone there.
Thanks, Martin. That's so good.
Oh, nice. Very festive.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, I've also got a Christmas fact for you, and it's also kind of. I mean, now that. No, it's not. It's fine. It's another Christmas fact, but it's also one that's like not the happiest fact when you put it under a microscope. But no. Okay, what do you think is the average time that Brits will have their first alcoholic drink on Christmas Day?
Ooh, good question. Surprisingly early, right?
Oh, it's going to be early, isn't it?
Yeah. Average time.
The average time.
It's the average. So most people wake up. If you don't have kids, you're probably up a little bit later, aren't you? That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to say 8:42.
Whoa, that's so early. Okay.
The average.
That's
like based on all kind of adults. Okay. Yeah.
Some people will just continue drinking throughout the night from Christmas Eve.
But that means that, like, you know, if a lot of people are drinking at 10 a.m., you're saying that people are drinking at 6 in the morning.
Big time.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate actually for a moment, prompted by Martin's suggestion, which is, are we counting the day as including, you know, midnight and 1 minute of Christmas Eve?
I don't think so.
Because a lot of people will be up at that time and have a tipple, maybe in church if they've gone to midnight mass and had communion. You know.
I don't think so. I mean, this is from a survey. I don't know what the original question was on the survey, but this was a survey of more than 2,000 people.
How drunk are you right now? No.
I would for people that do drink as well. You can't have people that don't drink, and then
I mean, I would have my first tipple with lunch probally, which when I was younger,
way too late.
That's mad. You wake up and you have
way too late.
You have some mulled wine or something, or fizz.
Fizz.
What is it?
Bucks Fizz. No. No. Nice glass of port, please. Or dessert wine.
Port's like later on in the day. That's in the wind down period.
No, that's when you want whiskey and port, not at the same time, but consequentially to each other.
I can deal with that. That sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah. And then wine with lunch, right?
Yeah.
So average time, let's say 1 p.m.
That's way too late. It's in the UK. We're talking the UK.
It's in between. It's 11:54 a.m. is the average time that people have their first alcoholic
drinking early.
But in London, that goes down. If it's just London, then it goes down to 11 a.m.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yes.
People in London are gaining on that.
Yeah. So do we think that's because of the demographics, like younger people in general? Not necessarily true. And then, but London's also more ethnically diverse, which would make me think that it would probably be higher if some people don't drink.
You might expect more people of a background to drink.
Interesting. Yeah, there's probably rules out the people that don't drink.
Yeah.
This survey was of homeless people on Christmas Day.
yeah. Okay, 11. Okay, well, I'm way ahead of the curve then.
Martin, I'm right there with you. Yeah. Wake up. Nice glass of mulled wine in place of my usual coffee in the morning.
Yeah. I've never drank that early on Christmas. I'm tempted now that you've raised it. I'm thinking it's okay. The average is 11 a.m. or 11:54, depending on the region.
It's a free pass day, Robin. It's like in an airport, you know. It's 5 p.m. somewhere. It's
that's true.
It's Christmas Day. All rules go out the window.
Yeah. On my honeymoon, I did have a wonderful moment. It was like towards the end of the honeymoon, and we went to have. We were in Austria for our honeymoon, and we went to a beer keller for our brunch breakfast.
Nice.
I went in and I just continued the habit I'd had all week, and I ordered a nice, lovely, tall Stein, of beer.
Stein, nice.
And the person said, "I'm sorry, sir, we don't serve alcohol this early." I was like,
"Yes, you do, damn it!"
I was like, "What do you mean?" And I looked and it was like 8 a.m. I was like, "Oh, why do I?"
It's like,
do I have a problem? Because then I realized that I had lions, obviously, for the rest of the time, so I wasn't going for brunch until like 10:30 or something. But that was our last day, so we're maximizing it. But still, it meant that I was drinking in the morning quite a lot. Anyway.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it?
Well, after 2 weeks of it, I was like, do I have a problem? Should I be worried?
If you're taking, if you're having a Stein at home in the morning.
That's an issue. Yeah. Oh, dear. Well, gentlemen, would you like to discuss the scientific discoveries that our listeners may have missed? Boom! Scientific discoveries you may have missed. My initial suggestion was to talk about 2025 discoveries, but actually, because we haven't really done this before, there's quite a few interesting ones from just the past couple of years that we could talk about. So I'm going to open the ballpark. You can talk about what you like, fellas. So Alex, what's your first thing to bring to the table?
Well, I kind of have focused on 2025 a little bit, but I think 2025 Time magazine has made the architects of AI as their like most influential people of 2025, haven't they? And I think we've heard a lot about AI this year. That is not going to be one that's flown under the radar. Everyone, if you're in the workforce at the moment, you will be forced to use AI or be using AI on a daily basis. Even if you're trying not to, your hardest not to. But what I think has kind of flown under the radar, and I think people will have seen some of this, but I think the scale of it, and it really does feel different this year, is robotics. There seems to be a massive push this year for making not just like any kind of robots, but like humanoid robots. And it feels like, because I'm a bit of a nerd. I feel like I don't want to put words in your mouths, but I feel like we're all a bit nerdy on this podcast. But I don't know. I kind of pay a little bit of attention to it in previous years because it's like, oh, it's futuristic. I want to see when iRobot's going to happen. And this year has really kind of felt like there's been some pretty major advances in robotics, and not even in the enthusiast sense, where the people making it are just like engineers that are excited about it and like really trying to make an advanced robot just because they love the technology and love the idea. I think what's changed this year, and this is what makes it feel much more like this technology is going to become viable and usable in the next few years, is that this year it feels like big major investment and companies have gotten involved in this kind of production. It really feels like we're in a commercial robotics race now, like an arms race, but for literal robot arms on the bodies of robots. So yeah, I mean, just a couple of robots that you can mention this year. You've got the Neo robot by 1X Robotics, which I think is going to be the first commercially available. Like, you can pre-order this now, and you can. I think it's available early 2026. They're shipping them.
Wow!
But the thing with this robot, which was interesting, is it says that it can do some tasks autonomously. Don't know what those tasks are.
I can see him hoovering.
Yeah, but here's the thing. With this robot, there is, and when you buy this robot, you agree to these terms that for more advanced tasks, and when they say more advanced tasks, they really mean kind of anything that you imagine this robot to do. You have to schedule a technician. I think it's like a person to take control of the robot virtually inside your own home to do the task that you're assigning it
using like a VR headset, right? Like a pilot.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a pilot, basically.
Yeah. The example they used, if I remember, was the dishwasher. Loading the dishwasher was the example of something that they could use with a VR pilot on the other end, with access to the cameras in the robot's eyes, right, in your home. Like, who would agree to this? Sorry, Alex.
Yeah.
No, but you're absolutely right. But yeah, I mean, like, people who are excited about this technology and like desperate to have a robot in their home would be up for this. Billionaires with too much money on their hands, I guess.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and there's been lots of like jokes about this, obviously, like, oh yeah, they're a long way off from taking our jobs and all that. But it's interesting learning like the way that it's an interesting approach, because the way that they are doing this is by giving the robot real world data. So if they let 100 people, like this robot, into 100 people's homes, doing all these tasks from the pilot doing them manually, eventually the robot will have enough data that they've gathered to do those tasks reliably, autonomously. That's the idea. And that's how these, breaking it down, that's basically how these kind of AI models work, right? They work off of repeating lots of data and inputting it and learning from it. And that's kind of the idea. And I think the whole AI situation is really helping the industry of robotics as well. If you look at Google and what Google's doing with their, I think it's their Apollo robot and their just a few days ago, they released a video going over like some of the things that they've got. And the main difficulty with robots, the core problem has always been robots have been very specifically designed for like one or two tasks. But the holy grail of robotics is to create the general robot, the one that you can just say, hey, do the dishes, hey, empty the dishwasher, fold the clothes, go and pick the kids up from school, pour me a bigger glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
Cut those lines of Coke. What?
This robot, the robot's pretty wild though, isn't it? Like that thing is definitely tumbling down my stairs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not there yet, but I think what's exciting is the new approaches that are going into making these robots. So like what Google's working on at the moment, it's just simple things at the moment. So they've got like, but it's crazy. So you can just tell it to give it an item and it's never seen that item before. And it can identify it if you tell it like, oh, if you hand it a red ball and say, hey, pick up that red circle thing and put it in the basket. And it can just recognize those things. It doesn't have to be pre-programmed, if that makes sense. It can work it out. And it's just like, oh yeah, this is pretty crazy. Like I haven't seen this kind of thing before. Whereas you see those robots from like Boston Dynamics where it's like 10 years ago and they're doing flips and stuff. Looks very cool, obviously, but those are just demos. Those are things that they've programmed that robot to do that movement in that specific way. And it's probably taken like hundreds of attempts for it to even work.
Yeah.
And that's it, Whereas now, because of like advancements in AI and other technology and data collection, they're now machine learning these robots so that they can do more general tasks. But it's interesting seeing that companies are approaching it in different ways. This Neo robot, their approach is to get it into people's houses as quickly as possible and gather that data from early adopters. Whereas other companies like Google are, going to go about it a different way. But what will be interesting, and what they mentioned in the video they posted a few days ago, is if there's a way that they can, like, what does Google have access to its disposal? Not just the biggest search engine of all time, but the second biggest search engine of all time, which is YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
And if they can find a way of feeding all of that video data into these robots,
that's scary.
Then that would be a crazy amount of data that these robots could learn off of. So I guess what, and then just mentioning briefly, you've got Tesla's Optimus 2 robot. You've got Figure 03 from a strong company that is, I think they've already got some of their units installed in like BMW factories. You've got the electric version of Atlas, which is Boston Dynamics' robot, which again is using some of these same techniques. Like basically do factory work, I think, at the moment. But it's interesting to see where these technologies are going, and it really does feel like we're in a kind of commercial arms race with robotics. And then you've got a bunch of Chinese companies as well doing crazy things. So it will be interesting to see where this goes in the next year or so. I think we're only like a year or two away. You're going to be seeing like not everyday people, but rich people, like the 1% are going to be having robot butlers in a few years' time.
These robots, I just had a look at the Neo, and it's, so if you want to buy one outright, it's expensive, but it's not, well, it's I think
like
it's $20,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Or was it $500 a month subscription?
Yeah.
So it's expensive, but there'll be some people that are like tech hardcores that would say, okay, rather than having a third of a new car, I'll spend 2/3 on a car and 1/3 on a robot, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right.
I don't know if I'd trust it with I just watched this Neo get dishes out of the dishwasher, and it was a bit clanky. Let's be honest. Like he's going to smash a load of stuff, isn't he? Neo, stop it! Smash! He's destroying upstairs.
It does scare me. I think that what gets me is the people behind it who made this thing. Like, yeah, people will be willing to have somebody control through VR a robot in their own home with cameras that can record everything they see, and as well as just the tasks themselves would involve, well, if someone says, "Oh, I want you to fold my clothes for me and put them in my drawers," then it's like they got access to some of your most intimate items, right? So. But what gets me is that the company behind it are like, yeah, people will do that. I wonder if maybe they understand their market far better than I ever will, which is like the idiots who are going to buy this and pay $20,000 for this. Well, let us do anything. Absolutely mad. But also the classic discussion, which I think we've had before on this podcast, probably several times, is just... Have these people watched Terminator, right? These people grew up watching the same things we did, right? And they're just making it happen. Stop it, please.
Yeah. They just enjoy it, don't they? They enjoy it. Yeah. It's all part of the fun.
Like, I'm going to die really, really rich whilst the rest of humanity just disappears in the robot AI conquest. Yay. Yeah.
But I mean, it's also like these massive companies are investing into it, and you have to ask why at the end of the day. Do you think Tesla's doing this because they are doing it out of the kindness of their hearts? They want to gift humanity with robot butlers? No, of course not. They want to replace their workers.
At least Amazon has the decency to be transparent about it.
Amazon's like, we hate you, and we are going to replace you with robots as soon as possible. It's like Uber. Uber said that, didn't they? As soon as they can replace humans with self-driving cars, they're going to. You're out the door. Like, at least they're honest about it. That is their whole thing.
Madness.
Yeah. But I mean, despite the probable negative effect on humanity this will have in the long term, part of me is still just like, God, it's cool tech, and I love a bit of cool tech.
Tech is cool, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
If you had spare 20k, you'd buy one.
No, I absolutely wouldn't be an early adopter of that. Even if I had more than 20k, would
you have to be paid for it?
Yeah, I think so.
You have to be paid to do the trial.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing exciting that I have hidden around in my house that I'd be ashamed of the robot to see.
Leo,
to be fair.
hide the dead bodies.
Stop crying! Dig the hole!
You go for the 1 month subscription. You go for the 1 month subscription. At the end of it, they're like, "Why is he covered in cement?"
He knows what he did.
Martin, what scientific discovery have you got?
Well, mine's maybe a little bit more uplifting, and that is a health discovery, related discovery around HIV. And so people that suffer from HIV have had to deal firstly with a lot of suffering and death in the past, and of course it's got so much better since then with antiviral pills that people can take on a daily basis to allow them to live a relatively normal life, and for HIV to not be transmitted or even detectable in those that have it. But of course, you have to keep up with your pills on a daily basis, and it's not only a faff, but obviously it's expensive and the rest of it. And so this year, trials have begun offering an alternative. And this is a replacement for the daily medication. It's an infusion that's taken. And in a study, those who were given the infusion as opposed to a placebo, all of the viral loads were undetected for up to 20 weeks without taking their daily medication. And half stayed undetectable at 48 weeks, and a third remained undetectable for HIV at 72 weeks, suggesting that actually this could be a replacement, if not a cure, definitely a replacement, a longer-term replacement for the daily pills that people have been having to take. And so the issue with the pills is that they can't reach what's called reservoirs of the virus that are inside the body. But early signs suggest that this has actually diminished the viral reservoirs themselves, as opposed to just kind of masking the symptoms and making it not transmittable. So there's definitely positivity around this, that it could one day be or lead to an actual cure for HIV. So we're moving closer to it is the takeaway from this.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
Incredibly clever people.
That seems like a kind of one of those medical holy grails to me. HIV, just I guess because the time I grew up in and the way it was taught at school, it just seems completely incurable. So the concept that we might actually be getting close to that is absolutely remarkable.
Yeah, no, absolutely amazing. And so well done to the trials based on the work of Michael C. Nusenweig. Yeah, well done.
Are there any
Nusenweig and Marina Kaski?
Any side effects that they mention?
They haven't mentioned any. Haven't looked into that.
Massive bleeding through the ears, but you do get to survive HIV.
Do you know what clinical stage they're at with the clinical trials, or is it at that point, or is it?
That's a good point. So they've definitely done these clinical trials, and obviously it's been at least 72 weeks. That's when they were tested again for it. Let me have a look.
Because is it phase 3 or phase 4 when it's actually basically almost being used as a treatment, like out in the wild?
That's a very good question.
That's a good question.
But, exciting.
So it's funded by the Gates Foundation and Rockefeller's Stavros Niariakos Institute of Infectious Disease.
I've heard some of those names.
That's a funny name, isn't it? The Institute of Infectious Disease. Surely it should be Institute for the Prevention of Infectious Disease. We just got some infectious diseases here. Take your pick.
We love them.
Just as the study, the study remains ongoing.
Fair enough.
So yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to be rolled out imminently.
Exciting and promising, though. Promising stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Really
I've also got a medical study that I'd like to talk about. It's not quite as exciting as yours. But it might be. It might be. In November 2025, scientists announce the first successful tests of rectal breathing, which is,
Oh, this should be April 1st. This is,
but it's not. That's the thing. It's not. It sounds like one of those things, but yeah, it's a small trial suggests that blood oxygenation via the gut may be feasible in humans. The idea being that under certain circumstances, you don't want to hook someone up to a ventilator. You can't. Their lungs might not be working properly, for example. So how can you help them to breathe, especially in surgery situations, through another means? And the solution here might be the gut. But obviously to get to the gut, the best way to it is the anal administration of a liquid with a high capacity for oxygenation. And the trial says they tested 27 men who received 25 milliliters to 1.5 liters of a water-like liquid known as perfluorodecaline. And of the 27, 20 of them were able to retain it in their intestines for 60 minutes and oxygenate their blood that way. Wow. According to the trial, supervised by Takanori Takebe, doctor of the Institute of Science in Tokyo. And it's, of course it was going to be Japan, right? Who came up with this? Of course.
I was going to say
Japan has not fared well in this podcast so far.
I said the in-flight demonstration is going to be slightly different, aren't they? Moving forward, when the mask drops from the seat rest below, just put it on your anus.
Robin, what are the potential for scuba diving here?
Oh my gosh!
Can this be? Whoa. Is there any potential utilization for that? Get rid of the big oxygen tank on the back and just...
that's a really exciting possibility. Have you seen The Abyss, James Cameron's film The Abyss, when Ed Harris...
I haven't seen The Abyss,
does the liquid breathing, but through the lungs, like regular breathing. So he can endure high pressures underwater. But, that's out of date now, guys. He should have done the rectal breathing.
It definitely sounds like something off South Park, doesn't it?
It does a little bit. It's colloquially known as butt breathing.
It's very similar to when they eat food up their butts instead in South Park and poo out their mouths. Yeah. Anyway, so you might be confusing it, conflating it with that. But,
well, I'm just going to quote the scientist when referring to this enema-like procedure being both safe and tolerable. Takebe said, "We're hoping to supplement existing invasive respiratory support, like mechanical ventilators, to be able to wean patients down or maybe prevent the uses of such very advanced respiratory control methods. The rectum can be used for other purposes besides the traditional primary functions. I'm so optimistic about the range of potential for the gut."
I mean, that's genuinely a really... We can laugh about it, but that's fantastic, right?
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah, that's really exciting news. And yeah, I wonder if there were more advancements in that area, if that would have been a massive help during the COVID years, with the amount of people on respirators and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he actually says, it was inspired by the COVID-19 pandemic. They were looking for other ways to administer oxygen to patients, and they were inspired particularly by an animal, the freshwater bottom-dwelling fish, known as the loach, I think, who breathe through their intestines.
There you go.
So yeah,
not their gills. Not their gills. They took it a different direction.
I'm not even sure how that works, because they'd have to. They swim forwards, but they breathe backwards. They're taking water in through the bum.
Do you know that they swim forwards? Maybe they
swim backwards.
Do a little funky swim backwards.
I don't know anything about the loach. Now I'm intrigued to find out more. So, folks listening to us at home or watching us on YouTube, let us know. Contact us about the loach and other bottom-dwelling animals. The fish, sorry. Fish that breathe through their intestines.
That has got to be the best call to action any YouTuber has ever done, Robert.
It's quite specific.
Get in touch with us about the loach and other bottom-dwelling animals that breathe through their intestines.
I got confused, okay? I got confused.
If that's you, get in touch.
Richard Gere calling. I know a little gerbil. No, that's a reference. But anyway... any other scientific facts you'd like to talk about? Moving swiftly on.
What else? I mean, on the subject of medicine, I saw something this year about, isn't there now, I don't know anything about this, but I remember seeing a news story about this, but it was a blood test can be 85% effective at catching, I want to say pancreatic cancer now.
Wow.
And that, which is obviously a really horrible form of cancer.
Yes. It's not curable, really, is it?
Fatal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw that this year.
That's amazing because, the big issue with pancreatic cancer is that it's not detectable usually until it's far too late. So, if a blood test can give you an early detection of it, then that's fantastic.
I'm pretty sure it was, but...
Because often the issue there as well is... operations are so invasive and drastic that they can often kill the patient. So it's just one of those things of you have to catch it early enough so you can treat it without operating. So that'd be really cool.
Yeah. So this was in June, and it's can detect early signs of the cancer, and it's being trialed in the UK. So I mean, hopefully something leads from that. But apparently it was 85% effective at detecting it in this trial.
That's great.
That's pretty incredible.
So,
how do they measure that?
Find with these...
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not actually 100% sure.
85% of the time.
I guess the people that they were testing this on were they already knew that they were in the early stages.
Right. Okay. That would make sense.
Testing it, and they found it in 80% of the cases. So I mean, it's not 100%, but the early signs of the test are very promising.
I mean, I'll take that success rate. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't hurt. If it's just a blood test, right? It's not going to,
Yeah, exactly.
Until you find out. We need 2 liters of your blood in order to... No, it'll never be that bad. Because aren't even blood tests getting, the ability to analyze blood is getting more sophisticated, so they need smaller and smaller amounts, don't they? The days of having to fill a vial are gone almost. Sometimes just a pinprick they need to analyze your blood for certain things, not for everything.
Depends on the test, doesn't it?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Some things they need a more bigger sample because what they do is they take a sample and they replicate it, don't they, in the lab, and then analyze it. It probably depends on what they're looking for, I suppose, and what process they're using, what technique.
So I don't need to bring my blood bucket next time I go to get a blood test.
Not next time. Where are you going? Transylvania?
You know, everyone needs to have their own blood bucket. I think that's a mainstay in every house, right? Everyone's got
you're missing an arm now. Let me just have a bit of a squeeze on it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Then you can just keep it for next time. So keep adding, keep topping it up, keep it going. Yeah. You never know when you might need some.
Blood goes off.
Not if you keep it in the fridge.
Oh. What, 5 degrees? Oh my gosh. Martin, do you have another thing?
Yeah, I've got another medical one. And this one's about obesity. So again, another pretty severe health crisis all around the world for a variety of different reasons. But so people have known about obesity and it being caused by the brain's inability to respond to the appetite suppressing hormone leptin. And this year the Friedman lab has identified how when this signaling system goes awry, there's a specific neuron that blocks the leptin signal, and so weight is gained. And so what they basically did is looked into a particular drug called rapamycin that can reverse the issues here with this appetite suppressing hormone and cause some resistance. And they've tried it out on mice, but basically what it does is it restores that leptin sensitivity in the body so that people are then susceptible to the appetite being suppressed by the hormone when they take this particular drug. So again, early stages, but it's a potential strategy to tackle obesity. So we'll see how that one goes.
Amazing. Nice.
Yeah, and then this particular the resistance to leptin has been known for decades, and so has this drug. But actually implementing this is pretty exciting and could be a new way of fighting back against the kind of the epidemic that is obesity. So could be a good one.
Yeah.
Rapamycin, it's called.
Yeah.
The drug.
Rapamycin. Yeah. They've tried on mice so far. Rapamycin.
Oh. Yeah. Mice from the west and east side. Mice.
I was trying to make some kind of joke about
Rapamycin. Well, how do they sin? They go around shooting people.
Way.
Yeah. Guns don't kill people. Rapamice do.
Pixar went in a weird direction for the sequel to Ratatouille.
I mean,
yeah.
They're bold and creative. What can we say? Well, from those rodents, Martin, to a different kind of rodent.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the main reason I wanted to open the scope of this discussion outside 2025, because I discovered that in late 2024, scientists took a photograph, cosmologists, astronomers, that's the word, took a photograph of the Bat Nebula, which is frankly one of the coolest things I've ever seen. So I'm going to throw up on screen right now if you're watching us on YouTube. And if not, maybe Alex and Martin could give us a description if they've got a photo to hand.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
Yeah.
It's like the universal bat signal. Like imagine Batman, the signal that Gordon throws up in the night sky for Gotham to see, but instead of Gotham, it's for like the entire galaxy to see. It's like a big kind of nebula cloud in the shape of the bat signal, but like the bat is flying directly at us. Not
well, that's the thing. It looks like a bat's face, right? It's got the pointy ears, and what's really cool is that it's a dark cloud, which is unusual. Apparently, it's so dense that there isn't much light escaping it or passing through it from behind, from other stars. But it's also got some really bright stars inside it because it's a nebula, and those bright stars happen to be kind of giving it eyes and a mouth, right? It's kind of like glowing from the inside. It's just so cool and terrifying. It looks like a giant terrifying bat flying through space.
It's very much like the kind of scarecrow scenes in Batman Begins, like when it's
just like when
they're looking at Batman flying from above, and he's like kind of hazy and a bit terrifying. He's kind of a bit like that. Yeah. Very, very Christopher Nolan Batman Begins.
It is, but it also just evokes all kinds of cool things from the past, the naive past when people didn't really understand what outer space was, but also stuff like Terry Pratchett with the turtle flying through space with the elephant on its back holding up the world. It's like there's a giant bat flying through space that is bigger than solar systems, and in my mind now it's going around swallowing whole planets and solar systems and other galaxies perhaps in its maw, growing bigger and bigger. So we won't
never like killing them, just knocking them unconscious.
Yes.
They're not dead.
Another note, by the way, apropos of nothing in particular, for those of you watching us on YouTube, you may have noticed that Alex and Martin's name tags have been wrong for the entire episode. So just so you know, if you haven't figured it out by now, their names are not Martin and Alex, but they are in fact Alex and Martin.
There we go. Sorry, first-time viewers.
Yeah, the confusion must be overwhelming. So there we go. Well, speaking of viewers and listeners, before we move on to comments that they've sent in, any more discoveries to uncover?
No,
I'm all tapped out, Robin. Yeah. Do you have any more, Robin?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
There we go.
I mean, there's more that we could probably cover, but maybe we'll save them for another time.
Okay, how about this then as a question? Okay. What do you think? I mean, we're kind of eating into our yearly next topic with this question, which is predictions for 2026. Obviously, we've got to do that one.
Yeah.
But what do you think will be a major technological advancement that we'll see next year or in the very near future, let's say? Do you have any predictions? What do you think will happen with AI, or is it a bubble and it will collapse? Or
it's a really interesting question.
Yeah,
I mean, the AI bubble will collapse. Whether it happens next year, I don't know, because it's got to blow up at some point.
Too much.
Yeah, far too much going on. But also because it's like energy consumption. It's driving up energy prices massively, right. And all it takes is one government to say, by the way, AI companies, you're going to have to pay for the energy you're using. At the moment, they're getting all kinds of discounts and breaks from that energy. And then it'll just start collapsing as investors realize that it's a really costly endeavor that doesn't actually, it costs more than it gives. Unless they stop the arms race right now, right? Because at the moment, AI is a useful tool, and if they stop trying to make it bigger and better and capable of more things, they'll stop buying up server farms and consuming loads of energy. But yeah, apart from that, I have no prediction.
There'd be a great refinement, won't there, of who uses it and what it's used for, I think. Yeah. There'd be as with most of these things, there's like those around the periphery kind of fall away, and probably more power. I imagine that more power would be concentrated in with specific key actors. But it's so tough to predict exactly what's going to happen in next year because there's so many different elements, aren't there? I mean, I'm really interested to see if anyone actually buys one of these £20,000 robots.
I'm sure. I think all they need would be like 100 people to buy it, and I think there's like enough crazy 100 people, especially just in Silicon Valley alone, where the company is based. They can just go around the corner and drop it off.
I mean, the deposit's $200.
Yeah. Well, I think my prediction for next year is I feel like the kind of. I think one of the craziest advances in medicine over the last few years has been the what's it called, Ozempic, that kind of craze, GLP-1 drugs. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see those go into pill form in the next year because I think those are wrapping up their clinical trials. So I think, and if they bring the cost of those drugs down even further, then that could be a massively positive thing for people suffering from obesity or diabetes or whatever. So that could be good.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. That sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's a nice positive way to look forward to things.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you think Elon's going to finish off the old Hyperloop? What's happened to that? Doesn't mention it anymore, does
The
it?
Hyperloop.
Doesn't mention
All
Hyperloop,
about
does it?
that.
I think he killed any plans to advance the train, like just improving the train network. So I don't think he actually cares about the Hyperloop.
Of course he doesn't give a shit about it. No,
Yeah.
of course not. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Mm.
Well,
we get from New York to California in 34 seconds.
you'll be dead, but you'll have traveled really, really fast. Wow.
Yeah. And your goop will be transferred to its ongoing destination in our new Tesla Model X 2.
In partnership with
self-driving coming soon. Yeah.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, anyway, any comments from our wonderful, wonderful listeners and watchers that you'd like to respond to? I have one that I could start us off with.
Oh, no. Yeah, go for it.
Pertinent to everything you've been talking about, Alex and Martin. A comment from AI-generated comment 999 on our previous episode about will they ever release the Epstein files? Saying, please keep your pumpkins off camera, lads. TMI. Which I think is Martin, when Martin whipped out his little pumpkins to show us in anticipation of Halloween. So excellent. Thank you very much.
Did end up eating those, to be fair.
Were they good? Were they tasty?
Very nice. Yeah. Quite a strong pumpkin-y flavour. Nice.
Martin's got tasty pumpkins, everyone. So.
Exactly. Yep.
And
what?
Oh, sorry, you got.
Oh,
one.
No, go.
Yeah.
No,
I don't want to. You might be the same one, so go for it.
Oh, okay. So I remember in our last live quiz that we did, which was a Halloween one, and I asked you both the scariest question, which is, of course, the essay question.
Oh, my God.
No.
Which was fun, if you remember
terrible.
that. I'll never do that again, don't worry. It was a fun experiment.
It was fun. It was fun, yeah.
And I think, Martin, your essay question was you could beat Batman in a fight. I can't actually, I don't know if you remember what your argument for it was.
It was something to do with food, wasn't it? It was food and...
Oh, that was it. You're going to wait for Alfred to die because then he won't be able to feed himself.
Yeah. That's it.
And when he's emaciated and sick, then you can come in and beat him up.
That was pretty much, that was the gist, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, Swifto OFIWS in the comments said, I think Martin's argument is flawed because, as evidenced by Batman Forever, Batman would rather get drive-through than take one of Alfred's sandwiches. And if Batman can do all the incredible things he does surviving on just McDonald's, you've got no chance.
Yeah.
So I am, unfortunately, Martin, going to have to retract those points that and award the victory, post-episode to Robin.
Oh, thank you.
It's because of this comment.
But he's got so many options for drive-through now. It might not be McDonald's. It could be some kind of health food place. Who knows?
Or maybe it's the flip side. Maybe so many options will lead to him becoming, super obese because he's spoiled for choice.
He's going to need a
modern food. Whereas Alfred was keeping him on a strict regimented diet. Yeah. So now
I can imagine. I mean, R.I.P. Rest in peace, Val Kilmer. But I can imagine him loving a drive-through.
Oh yeah,
Val Kilmer. In fact, which Batman would love the drive-through from most to least? I reckon Val Kilmer must be number one.
Yeah. Do you mean in real life or in the films?
I mean, you can go for either.
Adam West,
real life. I mean,
Adam West would love a drive-through.
Imagine Robin Pattinson's he's a bit odd. He's probably like, oh no, I only like going to Subway or something. I mean, it'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be a McDonald's. I don't think Robin Pattinson.
Does Subway have drive-throughs? I don't know.
No, they don't. Do they? I don't think they do.
In America,
on the high street. Yeah, that's true. In America, perhaps. Yeah. I don't know. Robert Pattinson. I hadn't thought about that. He strikes me so much as a Batman who wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the character, if we're talking about the actor, then no, he probably he's a health guy, I imagine.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Let's type it in. Let's see what comes up. You can talking.
Michael Keaton.
I think Christian Bale's the least. I think he's the least drive-through Batman. He drinks that. He drinks that green stuff in Batman Begins. So I don't think he's doing anything with McDonald's.
No, definitely not.
How did we get onto this discussion?
I love the turns this podcast has taken. This is fantastic.
He's made his own pasta recipe.
Robert Pattinson. Okay.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
There you go. That's better. That's better than mine. Yeah. What's in it? What's in
it? There's a few articles here. He's made an unhinged pasta creation. Let's click on that. See what
unhinged.
Comes up. Have you heard about Robert Pattinson's lockdown pasta dish? No, I haven't. Tastes disgusting, apparently. So yeah, he might be going to the drive-through.
Okay, well that's good to know. When you go around to his house for dinner, don't let him make pasta. Yeah.
Oh, 6 spoonfuls of sugar. Oh my god,
6 in a pasta dish.
Yeah. Oh god, no.
Okay, that is a bit weird. That's weird. It's pushing it a bit far, mate. Although now I'm tempted to try. Is that all it is?
We'll do that.
6 spoonfuls of sugar in pasta. That's the recipe.
Blank pasta. That's the recipe. Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway.
He's like Buddy the Elf from Elf, just pouring maple syrup.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us go off on tangents. This is what happens when we get together and we haven't done an episode for a while. We have these hopefully enjoyable tangents. I found them fascinating. But thank you so much, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you again in the very, very near future. But in case I don't get a chance to say this to everybody, including you guys, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas to you, Robin, and to our viewers and listeners.
Snow is falling all around me. Do you know what? That song isn't really known in the US, which is madness. Shakin' Stevens.
I can believe it.
Him being Welsh. It's so iconic here.
It's like the song,
Not my words, the words of Shakin' Stevens.
And that as well. I mean, any American listeners, you have no idea what Alex just referenced there.
Alan Partridge.
It is.
Yeah.
And on that note, bye-bye, everyone. And thank you so much for sticking with us and listening to us. And I hope you enjoyed this. And let us know by contacting us on YouTube in the comments or commenting on your podcast platform of choice. What scientific discoveries have you inspired? Inspire you, I mean. Have you inspired a scientific discovery? Let me know.
That would be interesting,
Yeah, let us know that.
And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.